Welcome back to my channel. Thanks very much for joining me. Today I'm going to just chat face to face about a few things. I know that these face to face videos that I post on my YouTube channel here are probably the least views, but I still like doing them because I like getting my face out there so that you can see who's behind all the stuff that I do on the computer. So I don't expect much traffic from this video, but I still like doing them from time to time just to put a face behind the channel, so to speak. But amongst other things I want to chat about quickly this morning is this amazing movie that's just come out, just been released, David. It is a faith-based movie. If you are Christian or of the Jewish faith, you'll certainly know the story of David and Goliath. In fact, everybody will know the story of David and Goliath. It's been released by a studio here in Cape Town, or was produced, or was the right terminology is perhaps animated, created here in Cape Town by a studio called Sunrise Studios. I've done a bit on them before, and I want to do a more in-depth look at them. I've been in contact with one of the directors of the movie and one of the producers, and I'm just trying to get some access to more information and some more video footage. At the moment, they have, after this amazing release in the States, they've got some American clients in for the next 2 months, so I can't get into the studio because I'd love to get in there and just shoot some footage, so that's not going to happen anytime soon. But their story, their backstory is quite amazing. I'm from Zimbabwe, and the founders of this of the studio, Sunrise Studios, are Zimbabwean as well. Phil and Jackie Cunningham, and so they've got a beautiful origin story. I've done a bit of video about it before. I'll certainly do more when I do my more in-depth look at them. But basically, just in a nutshell, Phil was farming. He was in agriculture in Zimbabwe. Jackie was studying, I think, microbiology or something in the sciences. They met at university, got married, and Phil had always been a writer. Well, maybe not a writer. He had always had stories in him, and he just wanted to create stories. So he wanted to make films, and Jackie, being his supportive wife, said, why don't you do this? So they quit farming, and they Phil initially was interested in doing a live action story. He actually had this story of David from that time 30 years ago. But they got into animation. They made the first stop motion animation feature ever to come out of Africa, and they sold that to the Durban International Film Festival. It was brought up by Anand Singh, and the rest of their story was quite stupendous. They came to Cape Town, based themselves here in Cape Town from Zimbabwe, came down, and they created they created a series, Jungle Beat, which is the first time I actually came across them on YouTube. It's got billions of views. I forget the exact number of subscribers. I think it's 11 million at the moment subscribers. It's got several, I think about 5 billion views. They've done incredibly well with that. It's been released around the world on channels, on TV channels, etc. So really incredible transformation from what they were doing in Zimbabwe, farming, and I believe it was chicken farming, to producing world-class animation. And this David movie that they've just released is just their latest. So I want to do a more in-depth look at the studio, and as I said, I just need some more access and information from them. I've been chatting to them for a couple of weeks now, and we were hoping to get in there next week and shoot some video, but they have this NDA with their American client at the moment, so they've got all their stuff apparently up on the wall. They're doing something new now, and we certainly can't go and shoot video. So if and when I get access, I'll definitely get in there and go and meet some people and shoot some video for you guys. But I just wanted to, for those who don't know what comes out of Africa, I just wanted to enlighten you as to what's coming out of the tip of Africa here. Okay, the other stuff that I wanted to cover was what I'm trying to do is a little bit. All my work is on the computer, and it's quite stifling in a way. I need a bigger computer. I need a lot of stuff to actually, free my creativity a bit more. Because I'm still working on, I think this is my 5th laptop in about 6 years, or was it 6 laptops in 5 years? I think it's 6 and 5. Anyway, I'm trying more and more to get away from being digitally bound, and I'm trying to do more hand-drawn stuff, good analog stuff, paper, pencils, remember that. And so this is what I've been doing over the last couple of weeks. And because I'm making the safari movie, I'm creating a lot of animal. That's really the only thing that interests me at the moment, is creating a lot of animal artwork. This is some from this last week and a bit. I did this guy on the weekend. And yeah, that's kind of, I find it relaxing because, when I'm on here, I'm always in work mode. But when I take my pencils, here's a whole collection of just basic coloring pencils, etc., and my paper out. I try to do this outside, and it's very relaxing. Just to get away from the computer screen in itself is a tonic. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing at the moment. Work-wise, I'm busy with the storyboard. That's the storyboard for the safari movie. I'm trying to tie up a funding application here. That has to be in March, beginning of March. So I've got to do a lot of work on that. And then obviously I'm also moving into the second half of the movie, the safari movie. I'm starting prepping part 5, I think, part 5. We've done 4 parts. It's an 8-part movie, and I'm prepping part 5, and then we'll push ahead with that coming up soon. Probably start that next month. Okay, guys, I just wanted to get my face in front of you. As I say, these videos that I shoot are really for some reason, they are the lowest viewed videos of my channel. Maybe it's the face, I don't know. I think all the technical stuff definitely gets more traction on my channel, and I respect that. So I'm trying to do more of that as well. But I've got a lot of plates in the air. I'm trying to do a lot of stuff. But I also want to put my face in front of you for good or bad from time to time, so that you see who this guy is behind the channel. Anyway, thanks again for all the support. If you guys haven't, just a little punch here, if you haven't joined my email list, please go ahead and do that as a freebie. If you join, I'll send you some locomotion, some walk cycle locomotion templates, which are great to play with. It's out of my locomotion bundle course, and you can get a feel for how those work. And otherwise, thanks very much for dropping in, and thanks again for all the support you give me, and I'll hopefully see you around here again soon. All the best. Bye.